Brief History of Slovakia. Long before borders and maps, Celtic tribes lived here, followed by Roman traders who passed through the Danube region. But the real foundation of Slovak history began in the 9th century, when Slavic tribes joined to form part of the Great Moravian Empire, one of the earliest organized Slavic states. This empire became famous for welcoming two missionaries, Saint Cyril and Methodius, who brought Christianity and created the Glagolitic alphabet, the basis of the written Slavic language. After Great Moravia collapsed in the early 900s, Hungarian tribes moved into the region. For nearly 1,000 years, Slovakia was part of the Kingdom of Hungary. Though the Slovak people kept their language and traditions, they had no independent state. Over the centuries, Slovaks lived under the rule of Hungarian nobles and the Austro-Hungarian Empire, often as farmers, craftsmen, and miners in mountain villages. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the region faced Ottoman invasions, and many Slovak towns became front-line defenses of Christian Europe. Despite wars and hardship, the people's spirit stayed strong. By the 19th century, the idea of Slovak nationalism began to grow. Poets and teachers started pushing for recognition of Slovak identity within the empire. After World War I in 1918, everything changed. The Austro-Hungarian Empire collapsed, and the Slovaks joined their Czech neighbors to form Czechoslovakia, a new democratic state in the heart of Europe. It was a hopeful time. Schools, industries, and cities began to develop. But the union wasn't always balanced. Czechs often held more political power, leaving many Slovaks frustrated. During World War II, Czechoslovakia was torn apart. In 1939, under pressure from Nazi Germany, Slovakia became a separate puppet state led by Joseph Tiso. Though officially independent, it was controlled by Hitler's regime. Thousands of Slovak Jews were deported and killed. In 1944, Slovak resistance fighters launched the Slovak National Uprising, one of the biggest acts of rebellion in Nazi-occupied Europe. Though it was brutally crushed, it became a symbol of courage. After the war, Czechoslovakia was restored, but soon fell under communist control after 1948. For the next 4 decades, Slovakia lived under Soviet-influenced rule. Political freedoms vanished, but industry and education expanded, turning Slovakia into one of the more developed parts of the Eastern Bloc. By 1989, the winds of change blew again. The Velvet Revolution in Prague brought down communism peacefully, led by Václav Havel and supported by Slovaks who wanted democracy too. Just 4 years later, in 1993, the two nations, Czechs and Slovaks, decided to separate peacefully in what's known as the Velvet Divorce. Since then, Slovakia has built its own identity. It joined NATO in 2004, the European Union the same year, and adopted the euro in 2009. Today, Slovakia stands as a proud, independent country.